Hey, I'm John Harris, smallballsuccess.com, and I'm going to present to you another pitching demonstration. I don't do many of these because I do not present myself as a pitching expert by any means, but I do play around with it. I have certain principles that I try to apply to pitching. Actually, this is kind of a companion video to one that I've just done talking about the low overhand, almost sidearm angle that I call the 10 o'clock angle. But this particular follow-up video is going to be about throwing left-handed. And I've talked about this before. It's a subject that's kind of dear to my heart, both with hitting and with pitching. I think if you try to do something from your weaker side, it's very interesting what you can teach yourself on your strong side. I was trying to throw from this angle months ago, left-handed, and I really didn't like the way my elbow was feeling, and I figured I better give this up fast. This isn't working. But I soon reasoned it out. I figured out what was happening. I was, as I loaded up to throw on the rubber, as it were, I was already going back with my arm, really almost before I was starting home. I was doing that much too soon. You don't want this hand to come to its cock position where it's about to throw until, as I said in my previous video from the right side, until you get your chin out of your forward shoulder, and that's when that hand comes up. If that hand comes up too soon, that can hurt your elbow, as I discovered. We don't want that. The whole thing about the chin and the shoulder too, I think I figured that out left-handed. I was doing it right-handed anyway because I am right-handed and I don't have to think about that stuff. But sometimes on your strong side you get into a funk, you don't know what you're doing wrong, and if you've tried to replicate your success from the weaker side, you've had to think this stuff out literally and objectively so that you have a kind of checklist that you can go down. Did I do this? Did I do this? And so now I know if I were ever able to, if I were having some kind of problem from the right side, I would know, well, am I getting my head down? Am I closing enough before I open up? Because it's really, that's the other thing about the left side that I figured out was possibly hurting my arm. When you go off like this, as a lot of pitchers do from a low angle, and this makes them bow their back, which so many pitching coaches, good coaches, have pointed out is not good style. It can get you hurt. But when you're bowing your back, obviously you're pointing your head out, your shoulder, your lead shoulder is falling out, and I think the worst thing that's happening there is that your throwing arm is falling behind you too quickly, and it's having to rush to catch up, and you're really putting a lot of strain on that elbow. So from my weaker side, my left side, I learned to keep that stupid head down. Get that head down. It's part of dropping on the back knee to go home, get the chin and the shoulder, but getting the head down takes stress off the elbow. It keeps you from cocking that hand too early. So that's going to be something I want you to notice in the demonstration. It's kind of, if I were trying to throw strikes, if I were trying to get somebody out with those pitches the way I throw left-handed right now, I don't know that I could get 10-year-olds out. All they'd have to do is stand there and take the pitches, because most of them are not strikes, but that's not the point. I mean, the point, really, another point, and this is where I'm going to leave off, but for those of you right now who are kind of sitting around waiting for the season to begin because of the coronavirus scare and everybody's locked down, you can't play any games, maybe this is a good time. Did you ever think about throwing left-handed? Maybe you thought, well, I don't have time for that, and that's a lot of work. Well, yeah, but right now we've all got a lot of time. And if you're young enough And if you kind of want to pitch, but you're not having a lot of luck right-handed, you know what? From the left side, you don't have to throw all that hard if you can just get in enough practice, especially from an odd arm angle, to hit your spots. If you can keep the ball down, I like to see the ball being run in on the right-handers. Of course, you want to go in and out, but if you can stay off the middle of the plate and keep the ball down, if you can get good enough to do that, if you can work left-handed enough to have that accuracy mastered, you don't have to throw hard. You can probably, I mean, hey, it's within the realm of possibility that you might be able to get yourself a nice little scholarship to college. Just a thought. Now let's look at the demonstration. Those last two had a lot more velocity, but you might be able to have heard them kind of dinging the backstop too. If I hit the target, I throw slower. And right now, you know, I got to work on velocity. I want to have that, but velocity's no good if I don't have accuracy. So I'm working on both. It's kind of a trade-off right now. A couple more. And I nailed the target, but it was almost an ephus pitch. No velocity at all. Well, you know, what I'm trying to do ain't bad. For starters, hit the target right down the middle, but I was only about 3 feet high on that one and not much velocity, but it's a trade-off. You work on it. I'm really trying hard, you may notice, to right here, almost a hop off the rubber, get a little hop into it to drive, which I do naturally right-handed, but when I do that left-handed, I risk just completely losing my balance, so that takes a lot of work. And maybe one of the reasons I lose my balance, it's the all-important, keep your head over here. Don't pull out too fast with your head and trail your arm, because that's going to hurt your elbow. In fact, I almost just gave up on trying to rehearse this, because first time I tried it like a month ago, my elbow felt pretty sore after I finished, and I thought, you know, you got to just stop this. This is stupid. But I learned from my right side that this arm doesn't go up even until my chin comes out of my shoulder. And that's when you lift your hand up, is when you're already well on your way to driving home. Well, this will be so embarrassing, but I'm going to try it from the reverse angle now. You can see how I'm fighting my balance here. I couldn't even get open on that one. I just fell over my front side. That was pretty good. zero velocity. It's still traveling. That wasn't bad. Let me try one more. You know, that was the best one yet for accuracy and velocity. And again, this is, if a 66-year-old geezer like me can throw left-handed and get anywhere near the target than a 20-year-old who's twiddling his thumbs waiting for the season to start. If you want to try this out, at your age, you still ought to have enough of those synapses that are open and responsive that your body could learn to do this. It's mostly balance. It's just doing it enough so that you get your balance all the way through the throw. You know, of course, that a lefty doesn't have to throw as hard as a righty, right? Because even though a right-handed hitter, righties don't see lefties, especially one throwing from a low angle. They're just licking their chops when they see you out there warming up, and they step up and they get that barrel raking out there. They're all on top of the plate anyway, and when you run that ball in, they're either going to pull it way foul or it's just going to dip under their handle because, you know, hands are up here, keep the ball down and pitch down and inside. And I don't think they're going to do anything with it. They may break their toe. But you don't have to throw hard. You do have to be accurate if you're a lefty. So above all else, work on the accuracy.